The Vauxhall Corsa is a lot like sausage rolls, bacon sandwiches, chip butties, football, and the Supermarine Spitfire. It is a British icon that, wittingly or not, has defined the way we live here in the UK. And sure, the humble Vauxhall didn't save us from fascism, win the Euros, or improve our breakfasts, but hundreds and thousands of people in the UK have picked a Corsa as their go-to car, whether as a first car or a practical runabout. But what's it like if you're after a used one? In this video, we're going to take you for a full walk around of the Vauxhall Corsa, show you its interior, its key features, and of course, take it for a drive and compare it to some of its key rivals, including the Hawker Hurricane. Have we got any of those in stock? Probably not. Now, this generation of the Corsa was actually quite a big leap on from the previous one in terms of cabin space and refinement, and that is because it's partly French underneath. Yeah, this British icon, if you peel away the skin, is basically a Peugeot 208, but that is a brilliant car, and we had it on the channel recently. You can go and watch a video of that by clicking up there. Did I go the right way? Now, we need to talk about value, because that's so important for the Corsa. This one has got nearly 10,000 miles on it, and it's 13 grand, which is 7 grand less than when it was new just under 3 years ago. There's an electric version of the Corsa too, that was 30 grand new, and you can pick one up now for 18 grand with about 10,000 miles on. That's a 12 grand saving over list, and that can buy you a lot of Big Macs. Although you can't dip a Corsa in barbecue sauce. Maybe we could try that. Another big part of the Corsa's appeal is actually a small thing. Its size. It's not a big car. It's just about 4 meters long, despite being bigger inside than before. And it's not that wide either, so you're not going to struggle to street park it. Now, if you want a Corsa with rear parking sensors, you'll want a mid-spec GS line. And if you want front and rear parking sensors and a reversing camera, get a top-spec Ultimate. Now, the Corsa looks okay. It's not going to wow you in the same way that the 208 does, but I still quite like these daytime running lights. Look a bit like thunderbolts, which is quite shocking. But yeah, on mid-spec models you get LED headlights. If you upgrade to an Ultimate one, you get LED matrix headlights, and they're the fancy ones that can help block out oncoming cars, so you don't dazzle people. How considerate. Now, I've made some bad decisions in my life, but I still feel way better than Vauxhall, who decided not to use the stylish French interior from the 208, but instead had a go themselves, and the result is drab, frankly. Why wouldn't you steal style from the people who gave us knotted pastries? Anyway, you do get some nice red details on higher spec models, and on top spec Ultimates the steering wheel is heated, as are the seats, and the driver's seat is actually a massage seat. But yeah, you get a little digital dashboard. It's not a full size affair, so that's not as good as the Peugeot. What's better than the 208 though is you get physical climate control, so you don't have to go to a touchscreen to change the temperature, which is actually really good. And the infotainment system in here doesn't have sat nav on entry level or mid spec models, but you can plug a phone in and use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. My final annoyance really is the glove box. It's half size because it's based on a French car, and half of it is taken up with the fuse box. It's just a bit naff, but yeah, it's okay. It's just a bit grey and a bit boring. Now, a quick word on the audio system here in the Corsa. It is okay. You get 6 speakers as standard, and there isn't an upgrade option. It goes quite loud before it distorts, and it gets quite bassy, but it also gets quite muddy when you turn the bass up. So it's okay, it's average. It's a bit more Kylie Minogue than Meatloaf, if that makes sense. Backseat space in the Corsa is okay. I'm 6'3", that's my driving position. I've got knee room, I've got foot room, but headroom when I lean all the way back is not great, but for a smaller person it is okay. Now, there are literally no features in here to show you. No USB sockets, no center armrest. The door bins are big enough for a can of Coke, I suppose, and it's all hard scratchy plastic, so it's okay. You can fit adults back here, and you can only get the Corsa as a 5-door now. Thank you, goodbye, I'll see you in the boot. The Corsa's boot is 309 litres, which is about the same as a Ford Fiesta. However, if you buy the electric version of this, that shrinks to 267 litres, which is not great, because if you buy the electric Peugeot 208 that this is based on, the boot space doesn't change in that car between electric and petrol, but whatever. You've got some storage space underneath the boot floor where a spare wheel would have been. Otherwise, it's quite a nice boxy shape. There's just a big load lip here to drop into it. It's like the Mick Jagger of load lips. Anyway, enough about the Rolling Stones. Let's take it for a drive and roll like a stone. Right, we're going to go for a quick drive in the Vauxhall Corsa in the hills above Portsmouth. It is a very easy car to drive. The gearbox is nice and light, the clutch is light, makes it a very easy going first car, and the view out all around is pretty good. The engine choices are quite straightforward. You get a 1.2 petrol with either 75, 100 or 130 horsepower. I would avoid the 75, it's just not really fast enough, but the 100 or 130 are fine. There is an 8-speed automatic gearbox option, which is mostly okay. It's a little bit jerky, and the ride over bigger bumps in this car is a little bit unsettled and a bit jerky as well. There's an electric version, the Corsa-e. That'll do about 180 miles on a charge, 136 horsepower electric motor on the front axle. It'll be more expensive to buy, but if you want a small electric car, it's one of the better ones. It's very similar to the Peugeot 208. It's got a 4-star Euro NCAP rating, so it's got good scores for interior occupant protection, and it's got a few bits of kit as well, like lane keeping assist and automatic emergency braking. So yeah, it's a safe car as well. Anyway, let's head back to me at Motorpoint for a conclusion. Now, you might be watching that thinking the Corsa clearly doesn't excel in any one area, and that's sort of true. A Fiesta is definitely more exciting to drive. The Peugeot 208, to my eyes, looks a lot more chic, and a Renault Clio is actually more practical than this. But this does give you everything you need. Things like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, heated seats on some models, and it's doing it at a price point that you would be foolish to ignore. So yeah, if you want an affordable do-it-all car, the Vauxhall Corsa, still the one to beat. If you're interested in the Corsa, you might want to watch our Ford Fiesta video. Click up there to watch that. Do like this video if it's been helpful, and do subscribe to the Motorpoint channel. We've got plenty more videos coming very soon. I'll see you next time.